I know that love can be loud and jubilant. It can be dancing in the swampy mud and the pouring rain at a festival, shouting, "You are amazing," at the band. It's introducing them to your colleagues at a work event and basking in pride as they make people laugh at you and make you look lovable just by a dint of being loved by them. It's laughing until you wheeze, and it's waking up in the country neither of you have been in before. It's skinny dipping at dawn, and it's walking along the street together on a Saturday night and feeling that an entire city is yours. It's a big, beautiful, ebullient force of nature, and I also know that love is a pretty quiet thing. It's lying on the sofa together, drinking coffee, talking about where you're going to go that morning to drink more coffee. And it's folding down pages of books that you think that they would find interesting. And it's saying you're safer here than in a car as they hyperventilate on an EasyJet flight to Dublin. It's the text saying, "I hope your day goes well, how did today go, and thinking of you today." And I know that love happens under the splendour of moon and stars and fireworks and sunsets, but it also happens when you're lying on blow-up airbeds in a childhood bedroom, sitting in A&E, queuing for a passport, or in a traffic jam. Love is a quiet, reassuring, relaxing, pottering, pedantic, harmonious hum of a thing, something that you can easily forget is there, even though the palms are outstretched beneath you in case you fall.
It is my great pleasure to be conducting Laura Marie Crawford and Graeme Adams Welsh's wedding service here today. Marriage isn't something to be entered into lightly. The uniting of two paths into a single journey asks us to be thoughtful, intentional and honest. Marriage begins with a deep realisation of our responsibility and commitment to our partner, and the understanding that love, loyalty, compassion and compromise are the foundations of a happy and enduring home. Laura and Graeme, this is your special day. It's a day for you and a day to remember for always. A day when you have invited all your families and friends to come together and to celebrate with them, to share in joy and happiness as you take your next step in your journey to become husband and wife. This wedding day is a day of love, and it's a day when we mark the love that has grown over time between Laura and Graeme. And so we meet here in this room on a day when we acknowledge the part that God plays in that love. And indeed, I think that when we feel love, when each one of us feels undeserved, committed love, love without restriction, then we are experiencing the nature of God. Graeme and Laura, this is the first step in your new journey together with all the promises and hope that brings.
Laura, it's 7 years this week since I awkwardly mumbled our wee gan out, having just watched the murder documentary. And now here we are in front of our friends and family to celebrate our love. In those 7 years, we've had multiple jobs, flat moves, and we survived the pandemic together. In that time, we've also managed to fit in lots of adventures, going to 11 countries, and it was on one of those trips in Lisbon when you made me the happiest man alive by saying yes when I asked you to marry me. You mean everything to me. You're beautiful, caring, strong, funny and kind. You keep me motivated, I never get bored with you, and you've even made me a good cook. I am so looking forward to the next stage in our life when we look to start a family. I know you'll be there for me as my teammate as we meet all the challenges this will bring. So, as we're looking to the future, and with this in mind, here are some promises I'll make to you today. I promise to cherish the good times with you and be there for you in the bad. I promise to continue to try and make you smile by waltzing in the kitchen, telling bad jokes, and by sending you animal videos. I promise to support you every day in everything you do. And finally, I promise to love and care for you, and I will try in every way to be worthy of your love.
Graeme, I can't believe it's been over 7 years since we were sat holding hands in the Blackbird pub on a late summer's evening, talking about our goals and our dreams and bonding over our favourite bands. It's been the most incredible time of my life, and I'm so lucky to have found you. My best friend, my confidant, my rock and my forever travel partner. I am so proud to be standing here with you today, finally tying the knot in front of everyone we love most. I can't wait to spend the rest of our lives growing together, learning together, and making all those dreams we once shared in that beer garden a reality. Here are a few promises I make to you today. Number 1, I promise to be your biggest cheerleader and always support and encourage you through all of life's ups and downs, as you always do for me. I promise to respect your love of football, even when you're shouting at the telly while I'm trying to catch up on my very important Z-list celebrity news. I promise to show an interest in your extremely niche trivia on the Cuban Missile Crisis and Rangers starting lineups from 1997. I promise to keep playing cards with you, whether it's on a beach in Italy or on a train to Carnoustie. I'll try and make sure there's a deck of cards ready to go. And most of all, I promise to spend the rest of my days loving you till we're old and grey, telling each other the same jokes we've always told.
Graeme, in the presence of God and before these witnesses, do you, Graeme, give yourself to Laura to be her husband and take her now to be your wife? Do you promise to love her, to be faithful and loyal to her for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
And Laura, in the presence of God and before these witnesses, do you, Laura, give yourself to Graeme to be his wife and take him now to be your husband? Do you promise to love him, to be faithful and loyal to him for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
The wedding ring symbolises unity. It's a circle unbroken without beginning or end. And today, Laura and Graeme, you exchange these rings as confirmation of your vows to join your lives and to work at all times to create a life that is complete and unbroken and to love each other without end. And I invite you to exchange your rings. Take your time. Graeme and Laura, you have declared your love for each other before God and before your friends and families. You have pledged you will live together in marriage and have declared your love for each other in the words of your promises, in the symbolism of the joining of hands and the giving of rings. It is therefore now my great privilege to declare you to be husband and wife.
I would like to thank our guests from coming from near and far, from places exotic as Madrid, Bilbao and Birmingham. I'm genuinely touched that you all made it and really happy you came here, especially because it's my wedding and you would know that there would be absolutely zero chance of there being an open bar. And now, of course, I need to say a few words about my lovely wife. when Laura and I first met, we actually just lived round the corner from each other, but we didn't know we existed. And Laura's gran would always say, just think, Ken, how lucky you were just finding him when he's been round the corner for all those years. But really, I'm the lucky one. So I would like everyone who can be upstanding for my wife, Laura. To Laura.
I love you both very much and I wish you all the happiness in the world. And let's all raise a glass to welcome Laura to the Bay Triangle first of all. And also to wish them a long, happy and most importantly frugal marriage together as well. To Graeme and Laura.